I'm just gonna say it right here. When I left for college, I definitely thought I would have an easier time at making friends. Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be filming a very chill video. As you can see, I'm just kind of like chilling in my bed. And part of that is because I'm lazy. So I thought, why not? You guys are like my besties. So, yeah, I'm just kind of relaxing right now. I'm eating some yafo. Yafo is amazing. It's like really healthy, but surprisingly really good. And those things usually don't go hand in hand. Ew, Maddie, come on. I've been seeing this video all over my subscriptions page, so I just want to give a quick shout out to my two friends, Laura and Mara. They both posted these videos, and as I was watching them, I was like, wow, I should totally make one of these videos. So I will link both of their channels down below. They're so cute, they're so sweet, so fun, love them so much. Laura is like my YouTube best friend, and Mara goes to my college, Liberty University, with me. And speaking of Liberty, I'm going to be talking about my first semester at Liberty University. This is one of those videos that I wish that I had to watch before I went to college. I'm going to kind of be talking about my experience of my first semester of freshman year, what I learned, how I grew, what I wish I knew, kind of all of those things. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to start off this video by talking about academics in college. I remember when I was literally from the age of like 8th grade, middle school, like about to go to high school, people would always say things like, oh my gosh, college is so hard, like you're gonna struggle so much, like you have to learn these things now so that you can succeed in college. And maybe I just had a very hard high school, but I am not really struggling at Liberty University, which is a good and a bad thing because I obviously do want to be challenged, but I am looking forward to taking classes that are harder. Right now, I am still working on my gen eds, which makes sense. So last semester, I did take an English 101 class and a math class, and now I am done with both of those credits, and I'm going to start taking more classes for my major. For those of you who don't know, my major is global studies, and I am studying to one day be a missionary. I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I am just really looking forward to seeing how the Lord will lead me and direct my life. So that is my major. I'm also minoring in Spanish and psychology because those are two of my interests. But I'm actually kind of thinking and like mulling over the idea in my head of doing a double major with like global studies and teaching English as a second language. I don't know, kind of thinking about it, not really sure, but that is one of my ideas. I literally don't even think I've told anybody about that yet, maybe just my mom, so you guys should feel very special. But college is definitely not as hard as people make it out to be. There is a lot of busy work, and I think that that's probably a common theme for freshman year. You just kind of have a lot of busy work. I know I had 2 online like required classes that I had to take, and one of them was like University 101, and then I had to take Inquiry 101, and it was like a class on how to literally use the library at my school. And I mean, I definitely learned some things, and it helped me with my English class, and those classes were obviously really easy because they were required classes, so those were a breeze. My English class wasn't super hard either, but all in all, I would say don't stress out so much about the academics of it all when going into your freshman year of college, because college does a good job of easing you into it unless you have a super ridiculously hard major. I know I don't. Even my friends whose majors were on the harder side, they still had a social life. And I think that probably has something to do with the fact that I did go to Liberty University, where the main focus and the main goal of the school is to make sure that your spiritual growth is more important than your academic growth. Like that's definitely a priority of the school. So maybe that's why, but I also feel like other colleges are probably the same way in terms of making sure that you kind of ease into academics. So that's my take on that. In terms of my social life, I would say that I have a lot of pieces of advice for you guys. I'm just gonna say it right here. When I left for college, I definitely thought I would have an easier time at making friends. And I just kind of walked into it. And I think that has to do with the fact that I am a confident person, and there's obviously nothing wrong with that. But I grew up in my small Christian high school where I had all of my 3 best friends, and I had a ton of other friends in my grade and other grades. My school was just almost like a family. Like my high school growing up, it felt like a family. I would say Liberty does have a similar feel, but at the same time, making an effort to make friends is a huge, huge, huge thing. Like, if I could say one thing to Maddie at the beginning of the year, it would literally be, girl, like make a huge effort to hang out with people and hang out with different people. I think that I did a pretty good job at hanging out with all types of different people. But I would say that one thing that I'm still working on is my ability to reach out to people first instead of waiting for them to reach out to me, because that's always how I've been. I've always just kind of been that girl who's like, oh, like my plans will come to me. Like my friends are always the planners. That's not my personality. Like I'm not type A. I'm very much so like go with the flow. Like I don't really care what's going on, but I'll just wait for an invite. And that's something that you need to get out of the habit of when you go to college. You have to get off your high horse and be like, you know what, this girl looks really fun, like I want to be her friend, so I'm going to awkwardly DM her. It's awkward, like it's just awkward. Like you just have to deal with the fact that it's awkward. Like awkwardly DM her, awkwardly Snapchat her, awkwardly text her, do whatever means of communication that you guys have between you, and just reach out and be like, hey, can we get coffee? Or like, hey, can we go to the game together? Like, hey, can we do this? College is all about putting yourself out there. Like I think that that is the number one skill that I have learned and that I'm still learning. I'm definitely not proficient in it, but you can literally ask my roommate. We've had this conversation so many times, and I would say to her, Abigail, like that's my roommate's name, and her roommate's name is Abigail, but I would say, Abigail, like I am struggling so hard because I'm so used to not being the one who reaches out to make plans, and I had to work through that. I had to learn that I need to reach out to people and I need to humble myself. It's definitely a year of humbling. Like I feel like humility has definitely been a word that the Lord has been working in my heart recently. Another thing that I kind of want to delve into, which is kind of tea, but kind of not tea because I'm not gonna at anybody, but dating at Liberty. I know I've mentioned it before, but it is a big thing. I feel like every single person and their mother is in a relationship. In high school, I would say, like I've obviously had boyfriends in the past, but I would also say that I was never the type of girl who was like, oh, I want a boyfriend. Like, oh my gosh, like I need a boyfriend. And going to college and seeing everybody in their relationships, it's so hard to not compare yourself and be like, why is nobody pursuing me? Like, why does nobody want me to be their girlfriend? Like that is definitely something that I struggled with my first few weeks at school. But I think as I got into it and got into the groove and started understanding like that might be the Lord's time for them to be in a relationship, but right now it's not the Lord's time for me to be in a relationship. So I think respecting the fact that like everybody is on a different timeline, regardless of if you're all freshmen, like some freshmen are just in different parts of their life, and it's not up to you to compare yourself to all these people. Comparison is another huge thing because Liberty, every single person is literally beautiful. Like, I don't know what it is. I am in full belief that like Christian girls are like the most beautiful girls because they're just walking in the Lord's path, and I fully believe that. And being at Liberty and seeing all these girls who are just as beautiful as their hearts, it is so hard not to compare yourself. Like I struggled so hard with looking at all these girls with like cute clothes, like cute boyfriends, like amazing friends all around them, and I was like, bruh, like what's wrong with me? Like why don't I have any of those things? Like what's wrong with me? But at the end of the day, like the one thing that the Lord kept like putting on my heart in that season where I was like feeling like I needed a boyfriend, like feeling like I wasn't as pretty as all those girls, was like God just kind of like shook me and he was like, Maddie, stop. Like literally you were confident before you came to school, and you can't let these people rob you of their confidence, especially because they're not trying to rob you of their confidence. Like they're not trying to make you insecure. I think I have come to a place where I am able to accept other people's beauty without questioning my own. And that definitely is a long journey that I'm still on, and I watch as my friends struggle with the same things. Chances are the girl that you're looking at and wishing that you looked like is thinking the same thing about you and your friends and your boyfriend maybe, and just comparison happens to everybody. So just know that. Another thing, if you are going to Liberty, like fully expect to go on dates. Like that's a very normal thing. It's honestly so fun. Like I think that the fact that guys ask girl on dates at this college is so cool. Like I just totally respect that. And I think that you should put yourself out there if you feel as though that you're ready for a relationship. I would say that I'm not ready to be in a relationship, but I'm also not looking. I'm just kind of waiting to see like if the Lord does put somebody in my life. If he does, awesome. If he doesn't, that's awesome as well. Like I am just really happy with where I am right now, but definitely expect to go on dates and be open to that. It is so much fun, and it's not awkward. It's only awkward if you make it awkward, so don't make it awkward. Another thing that I want to mention that I've definitely mentioned a million times before for is the fact to try and start messaging and following people before you get to college. Like, I think that that is such an important part of my college journey, and I would encourage you to make it an important part of your college journey. So what I did before I got to school was I actually followed one of these accounts that was called Liberty University 2023, because I am the class of 2023. So if you are a senior this year, you should try to search the name of your college and search, like, for example, if you are going to Liberty or are interested in Liberty, search Liberty University 2024. I don't know if there's any pages open right now, but definitely search that on Facebook and on Instagram. I was a part of a Facebook page in which I posted my profile in hopes of finding a roommate. I did end up rooming with a family friend, but you can definitely find your roommate on Facebook, or you can find your roommate on Instagram. I know I got my profile to be posted on a ton of different accounts, and I know my friends, two of my best friends are at UNC Chapel Hill, and my best friend told me that there are accounts like that for Chapel Hill on Instagram. So I'm sure that there's probably going to be a few Instagram or Facebook pages for you to get your name out there and kind of introduce yourself to some of your future classmates. Liberty is a big school. It's about 15,000, but at the same time, I am literally friends with some of the people that I met through Instagram. And that's crazy. Like, I still literally cannot get over that. Basically, when I sent my profile in to the Instagram pages, I would DM the Instagram pages and send them in my bio, and I would just kind of say, hi, my name is Maddie. Some of my interests are this, like, this is my major, that kind of stuff. And then I would send in a few pictures, and then they would post it on their page, and then people would like the picture and then follow me from the picture because they would tag me. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but that's kind of the process through which I was able to come into contact with so many of my friends. For example, I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I know through Instagram. Okay, so I met my friend Molly, who's been in so many of my videos. I met my friend Hollins. I met my friend Meredith. I met my friends Teddy, my friend SB, my friend Miranda, literally all my friends. Like, no joke, I met one of my best friends, Lee, and Victoria. I met Lee and Victoria. Like, I met so many people. If you're watching this and I met you from Instagram before, I'm so sorry if I didn't mention your name. But basically, I mentioned those names to bring up the fact that I've met almost all of my friends, like, before I even got to college. Like, when I was in my first classes on my first week of school, I had not one class where I didn't know at least one person, if not more. And that is because I would DM people and be like, hey girl, like, you're so cute, we should be friends, like, what's your Snapchat? And then I would start Snapchatting them, and then, like, I remember I would FaceTime my friends. My friend Molly and I would, like, I have actually two friends. When I say Molly, two of my friends named Molly. We would both do the same thing, but we'd FaceTime and we'd send, like, videos of us talking over Snapchat. I know I did that with my friend Victoria too, just to kind of get to know each other, and it wasn't weird at all. Like, we were both just kind of in the same boat where we were like, I don't know anybody, you don't know anybody, like, let's be friends. And I met my friend Victoria on the first day that I moved in, and I went and got lunch, and now she's literally one of my best friends. And I met my friend Molly on the first day, my friend Teddy, my friend Bree. I met all of them on, like, the first day when I was moving into college through social media. So definitely get on social media and make it an effort to meet people and reach out to people. Even if you feel like you're weird, you're not weird. Trust me, I've done it. I mean, I am weird, but it's not weird. Do you know what I mean? Now I'm going to go into some, like, specifics about Liberty. So I don't know if this is going to relate to your college, if you're going to a different college. If you do want to go to Liberty and you have stumbled upon my video, hi, I'm going to be talking specifically about Liberty in this portion. But one of my favorite things about going to Liberty is the emphasis on spiritual growth. Like, I can't even get over how amazing it is to walk to class and have my professors pray before class. And this is coming from somebody who went to a Christian high school, and I can't even tell y'all, like, I cannot get over how blessed I am to have these professors that do that for me, and also have my campus pastor. The campus pastor of Liberty University is David Nasser, and he is incredible. Like, everybody's obsessed with him. He's amazing, he's hilarious. So most of the times, he will speak on Wednesday nights. We have this thing called Campus Community, and he'll speak. But if we have different guests coming in for convocation, which is on Wednesdays and Fridays, sometimes the speakers from Convo will talk on Wednesday nights for Campus Community, or sometimes it will be David Nasser. Most of the time I feel like it is David Nasser, and I am obsessed with David Nasser. Like, he is absolutely incredible. I would not want anybody else to be leading my school in terms of our spiritual growth. He is incredible. The worship is amazing. Like, the collective if anybody from the collective is watching this by any chance, like, I love you, you're incredible, like, you guys are so talented, and I am so grateful to be led by you guys. Like, wow, the collective is amazing. Like, definitely look forward to the music if you are going to Liberty University. The music is incredible. Wednesday nights are amazing. It's my favorite night of the week. We have worship, we have a sermon type talk thing. It's just a really special time of growth that I've experienced in my life, trying to make Wednesday nights a priority and just going, even if I had a test the next day, I'd be like, you know what, I'm going to put my spiritual growth first. It all worked out in the end. I passed math, that's all that matters. So yeah, Wednesday nights are awesome. Convocation is pretty cool too. It definitely has a little bit of a slant. It's like very political, and I'm not gonna get too into that because I know I have people who watch my videos who are on different sides of the spectrum, which is awesome. I'm so glad that I have a lot of diversity in terms of who watches me. That's so great. But yeah, Liberty definitely has a very strong political stance. So we have some political speakers that come in and talk to us, but I've also thought that Liberty has been really awesome in the way that we've been having people from both sides of like the political stage. Like, we've had people on the right and people on the left come to convocation and speak to us. That's awesome. We also had like Cody Lee from America's Got Talent. Who else have we had? We had the guy from Dirty Jobs. I don't remember his name, but we had him. We've had so many cool speakers. It's been awesome. Who else did we have? We had Ravi Zacharias. That was really cool. Convocation is definitely a really cool time. I would say look forward to it if you are going to be a freshman at Liberty University. It gets annoying when it's political, but at the same time, there's so much more to be learned from it, and I think it is a really awesome opportunity that we have as Liberty University students. In terms of my dorm and my roommates, I know my roommate actually might be watching this. We are super good friends. I love her so much. Her name is Abigail. Y'all have met her probably before if you've seen any of my other videos, but I just kind of want to briefly talk about like dorm situations. So I do live in Commons, and Commons is the newest sort of like building. There's Commons 1, 2, and 3, and I live in one of the Commons buildings. They're awesome. I honestly recommend them 1000% if you are a freshman going to Liberty. They have a hall style, and they also have a common room where guys and girls can hang out during the day, and there's booths, you can do your homework. It's so awesome. I think it's an awesome way that Liberty has made it so that we can get out of our rooms and make friends, and I don't know, I think hall style is super awesome. I don't know where I'm going to be living next year. I have my eyes on like, I don't know, I think I might live in Commons again, but also I really like the Hill and the Circle. If you are a freshman going to Liberty, definitely don't think that your housing is going to limit you, but at the same time, I would 1000% recommend Commons because, again, the halls are awesome. You get to meet different guys and girls, whereas if you went to the Circle or the Hill, it is secluded by gender, so you'd be like all girls or all guys. There's nothing wrong with that, but I would say I wouldn't have met my close guy friends had it not been for the common rooms on different buildings and different floors. Like, some of my best friends are in a different building than I am, but I met so many of them through being able to go out in the common room and meet my guy friends. So that's awesome. Live in Commons. It's the best. The food at Liberty. Oh my gosh, you guys. Honestly, like, I know I probably complain. I don't know if I've ever complained on here, but I definitely complain to my friends a lot of the times about being like, oh, like, I don't want to eat this again. But the food at Liberty is really good. Some of my favorites that I want to give a shout out to, honestly, okay, the Rot is slept on. The Rot is our cafeteria. If you have like Liberty's Plus swipes, that means that you have like 10 swipes a week to use at different like restaurants, not including the Rot. The Rot is the cafeteria. You can go there like as many times a day, like as you want. I think I might be wrong on that, but like that's what I think. And you can go there for like a ton of different times, but you have 10 swipes a week for the other restaurants. Some of my favorite restaurants are Star Ginger. I love Star Ginger. I also really like, obviously, Starbucks. Does that count? I'm gonna count it anyway. Third, I would say Einstein Bagels. That's awesome. Like, I definitely get a breakfast bagel like almost every day. Like, it's bad. I need to eat better. And then at North, okay, also the Rot. I do like the Rot. The Rot is probably number 4. And then I would say Fresh Market, which is at North, which is across campus. I usually take the bus. You can walk too, but I'm lazy, so I take the bus. I like Fresh Market. I like Umai, which is another Asian place. It's awesome. We have 2 Dunkins on campus. I'm not gonna list them because I like Starbucks more. This is the way that it is. There's like a smoothie place. I like that too. Oh, Chick-fil-A, duh. We have a Chick-fil-A on campus. And then we also have like a taco place. We have a lot of restaurants on campus. Campus eating is awesome. But another thing that I think is super cool about Liberty is just the genuine kindness of the entire community. Like, every single person is so nice. Like, I cannot even think of one person who's not nice. And like, sometimes you look at people and you're like, okay, they're like too pretty, or they're too cool, or they're like, look too like just better than me to be nice, and then you meet them and they're like, why are they so nice? Maybe that's just me, but like I can't even tell you guys, like, the genuine kindness of the community is like amazing. Another thing that I think has been really cool and unique about my college experience is the fact that I am involved in Young Life. So Liberty, unlike most public or big non-Christian universities, does not have college life. And what college life is you have Young Life leaders for the underclassmen college students, or I think it might include maybe some upperclassmen, I'm not really sure. But we don't have that. We don't have people that lead us. However, I am currently in leadership training to be a Young Life or Wildlife leader. So that's something that I've had so much fun doing. So I actually had the opportunity to shadow on a wildlife team, and I was able to meet some really nice girls and guys, and I may or may not be on that team next semester. I did sign up to lead, so I will be leading like middle school kids or high school kids, depending on where I get placed. You don't necessarily get placed where you shadow. So I'm actually hoping I get placed on the team that I did shadow on, because much to my surprise, I really liked helping out with middle school kids rather than high school kids. I went into it and I was like, oh, I only want Young Life, but I ended up loving wildlife. And that is another thing that I've enjoyed so much being a part of during my first semester of freshman year. Now that I have successfully rambled for a good amount of time, I am going to end this video right here. Thank you guys for chilling with me and listening to me talk about all things Liberty, all things college, all things freshman, first semester, you know. So yeah, make sure to follow me on all of my social medias. They're always down in the description box down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, turn my post notifications on if you want to be notified when I post my videos, just so you don't miss out on anything. And yeah, I will see you guys next weekend with another new video. Bye!